Thank you, Ed. Ramps at football games, doors that open by the push of a button, and good old hospitality is what my next guest makes sure for those in need. Joining me now is Assistant Director of Disability Services, Ms. Monica Jones. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you could make it early this morning.
Thank you.
Now go ahead and tell us, what is it that you do, and, who are you? What do you do?
Monica Jones, Assistant Director for Disability Services for Jackson State. Basically, I service all the campuses, main campus, satellite, in the football stadium, as well as close to 400 students on campus. I have 300 and maybe 40 students on campus, and I have maybe 34 students that's offline, in town and out of state. And basically what I do is just provide services for those students who have disabilities, cancer, physical, medical, and mental. And it's the classroom accommodations. If they need a note taker, I have students that have cerebral palsy. I have students who are quadriplegic who will need note takers in the classroom. I have students that may have cancer that may be out because they're getting a procedure done, or they may have had a relapse, and they may be out for 2 or 3 weeks. So basically, I just make sure that we accommodate them and make sure that their matriculation is at ease and without complication.
Yeah, that's amazing. So is it just limited to just students? Do you help out with some faculty as well?
Faculty and staff as well. I service maybe about 25 faculty and staff that have self-disclosed.
Okay. So you said out of state too. Is that other universities?
Well, no, those are students who are attending Jackson State online.
Oh, okay.
With the new online program.
You're not intertwined with any other schools or anything, but that's a lot to take on. You said 400 students in all. Yes. So what does a typical day for you consist of?
Well, I can't say because it's always different. I never have the same day. I have several students that self-disclose at least maybe 3-4 times a day.
Wow.
And that's because word of mouth on the street is, you can get these accommodations that can help you with, your situation. And it's a lot of faculty members that's sending them over to my department. So when I started here about 2.5 years ago, I only had 57 students. And so I've grown tremendously. So I've had to hire part-time staff. I have about 15 staff members. I have a learning center right across from my office, which provides tutorials. I have a learning specialist there and an internet tech person who can help them maneuver through, because I have visually impaired students who are going to need things that need to be magnified or enhanced, or someone to read for them. I also have students who can't test in the classroom, and so they come over to the center to test. They can have psychological issues. They may not be able to use their hands. They might be hearing impaired, or they may be visually impaired. So my center provides that type of personal one-on-one care. And we're trying to be open now. I'm going to start next month. We're going to open maybe from 8 to 8. So that they can have more convenience to the lab and to doing assignments. It's midterms and papers are due now. So we're just trying to make sure that they're getting everything that they need to have.
Oh, yes.
Just like every other student who's non-disabled.
Right. And where exactly is this learning center for them?
My office is located in the Student Center on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
I'm housed in the Latasha Norman Center. Possibly, I probably will be moving maybe within the next month or two. The counseling center is growing. And so my center has grown tremendously as well. So we're going to be together, but we're going to split ways. My center is located directly across from my office, which is 2121 Student Center.
Student Center on JSU campus. Okay, so with all of these students, like you said, you want them to be able to feel inclusive and not in some other category. So tell me how important that is for them to feel as if they're not any different. Because I know you spoke of that before. There's no words that we're not supposed to use. So go ahead and go into that.
We do not use the word handicap. That definition is the lowest form of a human being. And a handicap, we can use handicap for parking, and we can use for seating, but just to label a person as handicapped, we don't use those words. It's disabled individual, or you just call the person by their name. And you know, a lot of the students have coping issues because they're not only having to deal with class, they're having to deal with everyday life of having a disability. And I have quite a few students who have had a disability recently, as far as a car accident or losing their vision totally. I mean, those things, it takes time.
Right.
You know, and if you're used to flowing in a normal capacity and all of a sudden you're altered, well, you know, that's going to bring some issues.
Right. It can cause some, you know, emotional distress. And I know you were saying to be mindful whenever you're trying to assist somebody because sometimes they might not take it the right way. So how would you go about, you know, you said offer help first rather than doing as far as maybe opening a door, you know? Right.
You always ask the individual, can I assist you? And if they say no, you just say, okay, well, have a nice day, and let them move on because they don't want to be hindered. They want to be as normal as possible. I mean, I do have some students who are used to their grandparents and parents, you know, babyfying them, but I have to tell them that real world, we have to set goals here, and I can't baby you, but I'm going to help you once. I'm going to help you twice, but the third time, you know, you're on your own. And so I try to push them out there and make them more self-efficient.
Okay.
So.
Right. Quickly before we go, let them know where they can find you if they need your services.
Okay. I'm located in the Student Center on the 2nd floor in the Latasha Norman Center. My number is 601-979-3704. Email address is monica.w.jones@jsums.edu. And also, everything is strictly confidential in my office, so if you want to send an email or make a phone call, I am the only one that has access to your information.
Okay, well, that's just great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
It was a pleasure
Thank you.
having you.
All
Thank you. Well, coming up after the break, we will tell you how lifespans have increased. That story and more next on Metro Morning Live. Make sure you stay with us.